Hey, folks, and welcome to some post-commentary. The footage you're about to see is old. It was recorded in 2021. It's only being released now in 2025. It doesn't necessarily represent me as a person or as a YouTuber anymore. Some of it might, some of it mightn't. I just ask for your forbearance for any rough patches you may find. I found a few in my checking of it, and I've excised them, but there's so much footage to check through that I wouldn't be able to get it all. So some will doubtlessly have slipped past. So just hope for your tolerance and your understanding. Till next time, folks, I do hope you've enjoyed. I'll let Past Me take over. You'll be hearing from me again. There's plenty of this footage. No, I'm not seeing it. Lock it. Yeah. So, anyway. As far as I know, I can get metal scraps off them. I don't remember if I got any during the few runs I did previously, but I'm just thinking ahead for when we're off in drone lands, basically. Also stumbled onto nice art. But why? Don't do that to me, phone. There we go. And stumbled into some nice art of two characters. The frog goddess and the snake one. The people love drawing the frog goddess. Really creepy, long tongue, looking like she's gonna fucking eat someone. It's kind of hot, honestly. They drew her here with black eyes. Well, red eyes, black. The whites of her eyes black. Is pretty hot. Yeah, and you know what I would have if I had full body prosthesis and or Eldritch waifu. The art is by Loallo. Or maybe that's meant to be capital I's. Not sure. So anyway, Barney Stone. If you're curious why I'm actually recording all this, I know, I'm just feeling like it. Suffer with me. I know, I just feel like it. It's been a while since I've been able to mine, and I'm a little stressed because I'm meant to be in comms right now. If you're ever playing the game, you have to be in comms constantly. They said you need to have a mic joining, but they never specified that you have to be joined at a hip to it. It can be. I took it to mean that you need to have a mic for fleets and whatnot, not that you have to always be in comms no matter what you're doing. That's an extra. That's worthy of separate verification. Is in a separate clarification. Apparently not, but yeah. And I physically hurt myself again. I am frail and delicate. Strong wife to take care of me. I actually got my first white hair the other last week. Well, I discovered it. Well, Mum did. She was admiring my new haircut, and it stuck out. I do wonder if I'll get how aggressive my hair is going to go white. As of time recording, I'm still only 25. I'm like, I could have a full head of white by 30, or, you know, I'll only get my next one at fucking 70. It's hard to know. But anyway. The proprietors of Barney Castle with several other explanations of the origins on the stone on their website. Many of them suppose stone had been previously in Ireland, was taken to Scotland, then returned to Ireland in 1314. The stories listed include one suggesting stone was presented to Cormac McCarthy by Robert the Bruce in 1314 in recognition of his support in the Battle of Bannockburn. I know very little of that. Sabaton did a song. It was basically the Scottish trying to take and hold a keep against a larger, more experienced English army. When England was ruling over Scotland in yesteryear. I suppose they are again, aren't they? But it's different, I'm sure. I'm not gonna try and debate English-Scottish relations when I don't even know Irish relations. 1, 2, 3. That clock being different is throwing me off. Oh, event cancelled. Who would have thunk?
Drive active.
Wait, what was that sound?
Drive active.
Out of 1, 2, 3. This legend holds that this was a piece of the Stone of Scone and was installed at McCarthy's Castle, Barney. Although colourful, the folk legend does not account for the fact that this supposed stone was removed from Scotland 18 years before Bannockburn. Moreover, analysis by geologists at the University of Glasgow in 2014 found this stone's geochemical signature matches local limestone. And yeah, you apparently stick your head under it. Well, actually, sorry, not under it, it seems. I swear I remember seeing a pic where they did stick their hand under it. But it seems like you hold onto some railings, according to this picture. And, like, there's some bars to save you, but it would... You just don't want to fall. But yeah, anyway, there's the rock that you kiss. There's railings for you to hold on to, with railings beneath you, but you're lying on your back, with you know, your skull facing right towards the ground, like the top of your skull facing right towards the ground, trying to kiss the rock. I thought you stuck your head right under it, because I swear I saw a video of someone doing that, but it seems you kissed the side of it, the near side, rather than the far side and being, you know, gymnast shit. But yeah, does not look safe all the same. The ritual kissing it, according to the proprietors, has been performed by millions of people, including world statesmen, literary giants, and legends at silver screen. The kiss, however, is not casually achieved. Oh yeah, I don't have a can thing with me. That's down at the other place, and I'm not making the trip. To touch the stone with one's lips, the participant must ascend to the castle's peak, then lean over backwards on the parapet's edge. This is traditionally achieved with the help of an assistant, although the parapet's now fitted with a wrought iron guide rails and protective bars. The ritual can still trigger attacks of acrophobia, fear of heights. Before they were installed, the kiss was performed with real risk to life and limb, as participants were grasped by the ankles and dangled bodily from the height. In the Sherlock Holmes radio dramatization, The Adventure of the Warning Stone, first broadcast on the 18th of March 1946, a man attempts to kiss Warning Stone and falls to his death. Holmes' investigation reveals this is a murder. The man's boots have been surreptitiously greased before the attempt. William Henry Hurlburt. I'm fine for everything but Feldspar. Oh yeah, I'm gonna pay tax on this, aren't I? Boo hiss! Boo hiss! I sort of get charged tax in a game and I go full ANCAP. No. I haven't seen my Star Sector playthroughs yet. I have to go edit those too. I have to actually get back to one. I was in the middle of it and got distracted. William Henry Hurlburt wrote in 1888 that the legend of the stone seemed to be less than 100 years old at the time, suggesting it began in the late 18th century. The legend of the Warning Stone was described in a classical dictionary of the vulgar tongue by Francis Grose, printed in 1785. Legend, as by Francis Sylvester Manoy. Manoy? Tis there's the stone that whoever kisses, he never misses to grow eloquent. Tis he may clamber to a lady's chamber, or become a member of Parliament. A noble spouter he'll sure turn out, or an out and outer to be let alone. Don't try to hinder him, or to bewilder him, for he is a pilgrim from the Blarney Stone. Tis there's the stone that whoever kisses, he never misses to grow eloquent. Tis he may clamber to a lady's chamber, or become a member of Parliament. A noble spouter who'll sure turn out, or an out and outer to be left to let alone. Don't try to hinder him, or to bewilder him, for he is a pilgrim from the Blarney Stone. It may have been originally in Irish, so it wouldn't quite rhyme as well in English. It is claimed that this synonymy of Blarney with empty flattery but beguiling talk derives from one of two sources. One story involves goddess Clodna and Cormac Lyd McCartney, as mentioned the origins above. Another suggests that Queen Elizabeth I requested Cormac Taig McCarthy, the Lord of Blarney, be deprived of his traditional land and rights. Cormac travelled to see the Queen, but was certain he would not persuade her to change her mind, as he wasn't an effective speaker. He met an old woman on the way who told him that anyone who kissed a particular stone in Barney Castle would be given the gift of eloquent speech. He went on to persuade the Queen that he should not be deprived of his lands. Echoing the supposed power of the stone, an Irish bard, Francis Sylvester Manoy added a number of humorous lines to Richard Alfred Milton's Groves of Blarney. They're saying left and right, but no, there was no left, but I haven't seen the Groves of Blarney. Just the addition. According to a tradition at Texas Tech University, a stone fragment on display since 1939 outside the old electrical building is a missing piece of Blarney stone. Was determined is unknown. Match the well, you know, the fragment matches to Blarney Stone, geochemically and size-wise. See if there's a splinter gone. Probably not that easy. I think ice spawns here in this system. Corp member wants to do some incursion stuff. I would be quite interested in trying, but I would not have the right ship for it, nor any experience, so I'm hesitant. But he doesn't seem the type to tired rage, so that's something. Some are a little tightly wound, and that's coming from me. I've known far too many tightly wound people, so I have a very short patience for them. There tends to be an overlap of great belligerence with them. Oh, there's also a song, apparently, a traditional Irish song. Rund 4800? What? Oh, the Rund's folk song index. It's a database of around 250,000 references to nearly 25,000 songs collected from oral tradition in the English language from all over the world. It's compiled by Steve Rund, born 1949, former librarian in the London borough of Croydon. Rund's index is a combination of broadside index, printed sources before 1900, and a field recording index compiled by Rund. It subsumes all previous printed sources known to Francis James Child, the Child Ballads, and includes recordings from 1900 to 1975. Until early 2006, the index was available by CD subscription. That can be found online on the Van Han Williams Memorial website, maintained by the English Folk Dance and Song Society. Good. Culture, traditions, history, all of it's, important stuff to preserve. Even if we move beyond it, it's still nice to know where we came from. So, it's good to see there's been preservation efforts. To tie this back to gaming, there's very little preservation efforts for games, and a lot of people are aggressively proud of that. Irritatingly enough, from what I remember. It's a faint memory. It's like a feeling of one. Just people being smug about it. I also remember hearing there was a very old cartridge. As far as we know, it's the only surviving usable copy of the game. It was the game never finished or something. And a collector bought it with no intent of preserving it. He was just going to leave it in a display case, believing that was enough. The issue was that wasn't. That cartridge was going to die. Probably soon. It was old. And cartridges only have so long of a lifespan. And people wanted to win the auction for it, to preserve it, so other people could play it. But the guy, people were saying it was either a mixture of snobbery or it was a Japanese game, so he didn't want filthy foreigners to get their hands on it. So I knew it. So it was possibly that. So he was damning destruction of part of the gaming-wise cultural heritage, despite the foreigner. It's an Italian destroying the Mona Lisa, so foreigners couldn't gaze upon it, or tearing down the Sistine Chapel, so non-Italians or non-Catholics could see it, couldn't see it. It's retarded. While the game may not be as grand as them, the principle, the spirit is still there. Cutting your nose off to spite your face and the face of all the people you're supposedly rooting for. It's actually pretty disgusting, really. I'm not sure I can bring myself to try and go out and grab those. Without a can, it would be a pain in the ass, and for a little payoff. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I closed my Discord or something, and all my notifications went away. It was weird. I had tons. Hundreds, thousands. Just blanked. God, there's a person here on Twitter, well, online, and whenever I see them, I feel great physical pain. So it's a great psychological pain. I've come to stop seeing them as a person, as a human being. And just as like a manifestation of torment. I'm not joking. Just like I don't want to. They're currently in the news. You can probably deduce who I'm talking about here, but they're currently in the news, and it's fucking painful for me to see them. It's just ugh. Even before the recent thing they're infamous for, and all the different tidbits. I know, it just, ugh. It just hurt to look at. Ooh, that's awesome. People are sharing here. There's a manga panel where they're apparently going to be translating a ton of light novels and manga. Kadokawa is going to be translating a ton of manga and visual novels. I like the lighting. And releasing them themselves. So hopefully they'll do a good job and we won't run into the issue I was talking about earlier. Like, seriously. Ugh, fuck them. But not these people, the people that were screwing around. But yeah, good on 'em. Yeah, let me start it again. Basically, that manga crew, um, do, do, Kadokawa, Kadokawa, will begin translating and distributing manga and light novels for digital release in English. And from this, they said, first with digital forms via digital platforms. Kadokawa decided to translate and deliver works by itself, with digital forms via digital platforms, which would imply that they would eventually translate and release physical copies eventually, which is great. Hopefully, that will mean there'll be less shittery going on with stuff. Not that I'm saying their work ever suffered from it, but I don't trust Western translators. I'm sorry. Like, good Christ, no. Apparently, though, actually, French translations are fine. It's just the English translators that are shit. They need to be fired from a fucking cannon. Ugh. Boo hiss. Boo hiss. But yeah, that's great to see. Ah, stop jumping back up. I wish I could block, like, pictures and just, like, I do not want to see this person ever. Not, like, tweets, retweets, screenshots of him, art of him. There's a fuck I follow on Twitter, and he retweeted fucking porn of what, like, erotica of what the guy recently did. Guy, I don't know. What they recently did. I'm hearing conflicting things, and it's just like, I have no fucking clue. I don't care. They're just a manifestation of pain, torment, and hell to me. You know, I don't care what they are. You know, they're just ugh, abominable. But that's actually funny. But yeah, they're abominable. I wish I could block like every trace of them off the internet. Oh, hoy. Doing a little bit of post commentary. Already did 8 minutes for it, and I'm just not happy with it. So trying again. I'm not sure how much I'm going to do because it's now 2:41 on the 1st of 11th, 2025. I'm recording this in the same setting as the other post commentary you've seen for this session. So I hope I won't have to do any more because I've probably already done at least half an hour for it between that one junked bit of post commentary and the stuff you've already heard and this. So tired. Time just goes way too fast. Remember, folks, this was recorded in 2021. It's now 2025, November 2025. I wasn't happy with what I originally had here. That's why I'm doing this post commentary. But there's possibly more examples of that dotted throughout the series. So just remember, this is old me from 2021, or younger me from 2021. It doesn't necessarily represent modern me from 2025 and beyond. Yeah. But I suppose I could put that warning on any vid I make in 2025. May not represent me in 2030, which is now only 5 years away, as opposed to a decade. It's terrifying, ain't it, folks? For a while, at the end of 2024, time actually moved properly for me. I was on new medication, and it actually, I felt like a person, I was actually getting stuff done, I was really productive, and time felt like it was moving at the proper speed rather than fast forward with me on slow-mo. It felt so great. And then I scaled up the dose and it scorched my gut, and it just went to pot from there. Even now, my gut is sensitive. It got better for a while, then I tried the meds again. Well, I actually tried it twice on two different occasions. But the second time, I got hit with some bad brioche and or a stomach bug. And, oh my gut is back to how it was when I was mending at the start of the year. So it's fun. But yeah. Like, for those who don't know, I have terrible OCD. And I took some meds for the OCD for it. And it really helped, but they were too strong for me. And messed me up. It is what it is. If my stomach ever does decide to heal, I'll just have to try something else to get it in order. Because trust me, OCD is not a fun thing. It's crippling. I've spent like 10, 20, 30 minutes washing my hands before. So it's just not fun. It's 2:45 and I'm fucked. Um, I'll finish this bit of post-com and then I'll head. I'm hoping I won't need to do any more post-com for the rest of this series. This, well, series as a whole, that'll be great, but rest of this session, that'll be nice. Guess I'll get another thing done and can check it off the list. Wish I could be listening to EVE Online audio right now. I suppose I could be. There we go. Actually, what's even that audio bounce like? It's pretty loud. Let me lower it slightly. Okay, that's tolerable. So, get to listen to some EVE Online. Music's good. Would like to go back and play it again. Though, like I said in the early post-com, I do wonder if it would hold my attention. Would I really get into it enough to justify it, you know? Plus, I do want to go play more Guild Wars 2 with the buddy. I just kind of burnt myself out doing some sound grinds. I did many, many hours of it. And, yeah, just kind of burnt myself out a little. Plus, now I'm fixated right now on StarCraft custom campaigns. So much so that I have a second backlog of it going. It lets me get stuff out sooner to people, you know? And I caught the attention of a mod maker, so it's just like, woo. Just hoping that people take note of my channel and I get some attention. It would be nice to make something of it, you know? It would be nice. I've been doing it for 13 years now, so it would be nice to actually, you know, for it to take off, you know? Been doing it long enough. I suppose I need to pitch myself more, promote myself more, but don't really know how to go about that properly in a, you know, a good way. Like a way that would work, you know? No. Went to reopen DaVinci, but I accidentally clicked on voice meter banana. I'm sure I'll come back to EVE Online at some point. I doubt I can stay away completely. But I just don't know when I'll go back. I've seen some interesting updates coming in. Just to nota bene, folks, I'm recording this prior to the... Well, this footage here you're seeing is recorded prior to the Doctor Who tie-in. That footage is still to come. Not that I do much of it, but I do have a little look at it. But I've seen some new updates come out for EVE Online that are kind of interesting. The free work you can, like the contract work you can do for an alliance. Like you don't have to be part of it, but they can put an alliance, like a open contract out to the world. Like, hey, we need so much of this stuff, you know, and you can fulfill the contract and get money, and or whatever. It's it seems cool, seems interesting. It would be interesting to get into one of the huge firefights and whatnot. Something like that could draw attention to my channel. Hmm? But then again, there's the issue of getting footage up promptly, isn't there? Especially with the way I record, it does go against the idea of getting stuff up promptly. And you can't really stream it, You kind of want to get it up as close as possible to the event, but that can operate, compromise, safety. So you want to get it later on, but then others will get it ahead of you, and it's a fuss. I'll just put it up when I put it up, and fuck it. I still gotten some attention on these vids, even though they're old, and just like me doing random mining or random ratting, still got some attention. So, hey. I'm sure it's like hearing about me wanting my channel to do well isn't that entertaining, but it's just simply this is a concern I have behind the screen because I'm putting so many years of my life into this. I would like to see it, number go up, Would be nice. But anyway, past me is about to take over, so I'll let him to it. I do hope you've enjoyed, folks. I'm just gonna drag. I'll just delete that. It'll make it easier for me to put stuff in. So, I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you join me again soon. I'll let past me take over now. But I do hope you're enjoying this playthrough of EVE Online. I do hope you are. But anyway, I'm just kind of sliding into traditional send-off here. So we'll call it here. I'll shut up here and I'll let past me take over. Because I'm just kind of waffling and also trying to do a sign-off, which is probably not needed right now. So, toodles. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's a new member of Tendies that's making tons of Tendies propaganda. Just different art of for Tendies. I'll probably end up sharing some on Twitter and whatnot. Tired. I remember they screwed with Peroxis. I used to actually quite like it. It was a good material. I think it gave all three Pyrite, Mexon, and Tritanium. I think it used to give all three, but then they screwed with it for scarcity. think I've heard people call it scarcity, but that's weird. Obesity is literally a problem you can run from. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I also have upgraded my... I've done a lot of blueprints. I've also upgraded my science skills, so I can now do 9. Okay, if I get my shit up here, I can start producing stuff. I can take advantage of the Rock Guardians. Can I access their station? I didn't mean to set that as destination. Can I actually dock? Fuck if I know. Oh, Blood Raider. Blood Raider, Blood Raider. Raider of the Blood. One, two. This Blood Raider will die now. There we go. Do need to be careful, in case diamond rats turn up. You know, the rats that, mine asteroid belts. Like pirate iterations. Need to be careful with that. Ooh. You know the Toho girl? Not the Shinigami, the one that judges people. She's like the Shinigami's boss, the lazy Shinigami's boss. Someone drew her as an albino here. Red eyes, just slight fangs, so I was thinking vampire, but it's translating as albino. UWATA_H. In a black and white outfit. It's quite nice. I don't know, anime girls with bags under her eyes, scary eyes. Oh, very hot. Also drew Remu with bags under her eyes. One, two, three. I'm falling back into a funk again of just like, what did I say again? Even though if I said nothing, I just get paranoid. Oh, I didn't realize this was full. Ish.
Drive active. Autopilot engaged. Docking request accepted. Autopilot
1, 2,
disabled.
3, 4. That. Do this. Huh. Oh yeah, reprocessing in high sec. You can only go so high. Missing out on a fair bit. Still getting profit, I suppose. Need to get skills up. Probably just hold on to shit till I can get someone else to refine it for me. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Till then.